Do you want to gain 3 lessons that you can definitely learn with approaching business owners? Over the last few years, I get many questions about how to plan for business owners. Is business succession planning more of an art or science? Today, you are in for a treat because I'm going to share with you my case of 3 business owners that I have met recently. After 3 to 4 months of planning, my clients decided to have a buy-sell agreement together with a business trust drawn up. So let me give you some little background about this business. It is an SME which is in the telecommunication business, supplying video conferencing softwares to big players. And these big players involve like national universities in Singapore and even the government. So as you can tell, this is a very hot industry amid the current situation globally. It is also the main reason why they are planning ahead and got interested in business succession planning. But here is the funny thing, the one with the lowest shares makes the most noise. But I'll explain it further. But first, make sure you watch till the end because I'm going to share with you one of the secret sauces in business succession planning. Okay, back to the story. So let's call these 3 business owners A, B, and C. And here are their respective shareholdings in the business. 60% to A, 10% to B, and 5% to C. Now all 3 of them add up to 75% ownership, which also means that there's another corporate owner who owns 25% of their business, which happens to be their supplier as well. So here are 3 critical lessons I learned in our encounters. Lesson number 1. During our meeting, I faced the most objections from shareholder C. Now, though he only owns 5% of the business, he asked the most questions. And C also doubted A's intention because A was the one who brought me into the picture. But it was okay because guess what? When it comes to business succession planning, the number of shares that each of them owns is not at all important. When dealing with business owners, regardless of how many shares each owns, they are all treated equally because when it comes to making a decision, all of them have to agree. So don't just focus on one with the most number of shares or focus on the other one who is the nicest player in the room. No, you got to focus on the one who has the most concerns. Now, lesson number 2, business owners are not well versed with business succession planning. You see, even though they are business owners, they are certainly not in the business of succession planning. It took a long time to convince shareholder C that business succession planning is something that benefits him. So whereas A and B are easier to deal with, the entire concept and the flow of shares with the setting up the business trust is pretty new to them. So they had to hold several meetings just to understand how it works. One of the common objections I faced was that they are intending to sell off the business in the near future. In fact, they have received an offer from an overseas supplier from Japan a year ago, and that has been on the sidelines for the last 9 to 12 months when I met them. So though they are hopeful that they can sell off the business one day and perhaps retire, you know what? Business owners is all about hope. And there is nothing certain for their family members should either of them exit the business due to an unfortunate event, for example, like their demise. So while business owners are always looking ahead, always having foresight and better performance, but they are certainly not prepared for the present. And that's where you come in, that's where we come in to get them ready if the future doesn't happen. And we need to keep reminding them of the present, the risk, and the what ifs. And that's where business succession planning takes place. Now, the last point, what is lesson number 3? You see, it took a total about 6 sessions for the entire process. So one secret sauce that I use is this. I was around for all the meetings. i.e. to say, I never let them meet amongst themselves without me if they wish to discuss about my proposal. The reason is very simple. You see, in order for this to work and go smoothly, you need all three of them to be on board and to agree. Not just one or two, but all three of them. And not just the main shareholder, because you cannot execute a buy-sell agreement with just one shareholder. So I believe the main reason for the successful deployment of a buy-sell agreement amongst three of them, plus the business trust, plus subsequently insurance policies to fund the buy-sell, is because I deliberately planned for myself to be around. Now you ask why? Why waste extra time? They can just discuss amongst themselves. Yes, I was with them in all the sessions when they were discussing, because I do not want any of them to be against the proposal. Also, you lay the cards out clearly to the business owners that it is best to include you in every follow-up discussions, because you want to be neutral and you are the only objective person in the room. Now, when you let out this secret sauce into your initial meeting, the owners will respect your professionalism and they will appreciate it. And this is how I minimize all hidden objections, get up to speed in the meetings, and brought it to fruition in the end. So you can see, every shareholder holds equal rights when it comes to decision making, regardless of their actual shares in the business. And this is why business succession planning should always be done with all parties present. The end agreement should be based on their mutual consent. And as a financial consultant yourself, you must be involved in the entire process, because the business owners aren't the only ones who hold an important role in this matter. You do too. There you go, the 3 lessons that I've learned in helping business owners in planning for their succession. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so that you can learn how to integrate estate planning into your advisory business and stand out from your competition.